Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, my dear brothers and sisters. I hope everyone is well. First and foremost, if I sound off key or I stutter a little bit, it's because I've had a really bad cough over the past week. So make dua for me. I am getting much better. I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you this amazing book, this Umrah Guidebook, that inshallah will help you in your Umrah journey. Now I'm recording this in the middle of August, so a lot of people will be preparing to go for Umrah in October, November, December. Now those of you that subscribe to my channel will have seen my video that I did one similar like this back in February when I was going for my first Umrah. And what it was, I knew very little about Umrah. Like I watched a lot of videos, read a lot of books, but I wanted something that I can take with me and keep with me to guide me through Umrah, right? So a little kind of go-to guide, and this I found was perfect, right? So before I go any further, this book is made by the Muslim Journal Company. They have not asked me to make this video, they have not sponsored me, and I have paid full price including the postage. The only reason why I'm making this video so that it helps my brothers and sisters to go to Umrah, and inshallah somewhere down the line when you read the du'as, you make a du'a for me and it will benefit me, inshallah. So without further ado, let's go ahead and show you this book. So this book has already been on a journey. I'm not sure if you can see the little scratches here, all right, in the reflection. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. So it's a very tough book, to be honest. It comes in a kind of laminated gloss card. So amongst all those hundreds of people getting squashed, it survives, subhanAllah. And normally what it does, it comes with like a strap. I took it off for something else, so you can get it in white or black, the strap, and you can hang it around your neck and it stays with you, and you kind of just turn the book when you need it. So remember, one of the things that if you're going the first time, you'll probably worried, oh, I don't know any of the du'as, I don't know what to do. Don't worry about it, honestly, right? This book has some du'as for you to read, but remember, when you go there around the Kaaba, you can make any du'a that you want. You don't have to memorize du'as. You can make a list of du'as like du'a for your parents, du'a for your relatives, anything you want, inshallah. So, excuse me, my throat is getting worse and worse, but let's continue. So yeah, once you flick this over, it shows you this beautiful ayah of the Quran, okay? And you'll notice that in the book, it has like a glance. So this one is not comprehensive at the first page. It just shows you Umrah at a glance, right? So you're going to be entering the masjid when you go to the Masjid al-Haram. So you're going to be facing the black stone and you'll raise your hands. Now, I'm sure when you go there, it'll be busy. It's busy all year round. You'll notice people raising their hands. Some people kiss their hands and showing their palm to the black stone. And there's also a big green light. You can't miss it. If you miss it, you're looking the wrong way. Subhanallah, yeah. Honestly, before I was going there, I thought, how will I know? But it's so blatant that you won't go wrong, right? So this gives you an idea of what to do. Tawaf is when you go 7 times around the Kaaba. And then you just flip the page over. And next part, after your tawaf, the 7 rounds, is nafil prayer, right? So you pray 2 rakats behind something which looks like this. Look, I've got a little perfume bottle, right? It looks like this. This is called Maqam Ibrahim. So inside here is Ibrahim alayhi salam's footprints. This is where he stood. It's like a platform where he instructed his son Ismail to build a Kaaba. So you'll notice where people are. You can't go wrong. You'll see everyone praying. You'll find it kind of difficult to find a place to pray. So just be wary you're not tripping over anyone. Zamzam water. You'll see everybody drinking Zamzam water. There's not a certain amount of cups that you need to drink. Just drink as much as you want. Pour it over your head. Wash your face with it. Yeah. Just be careful on the ground. It does get a little bit slippery. Yeah. So yeah, I almost slipped. So just be careful because a lot of water drops. The Sa'i, which is the Safa Marwa. So it's the bit where people walk up and down. So remember, it's 7 times. So when you go, imagine this is the path, right? So when you go up, that's counted as 1, yeah? 1 lap. The second one down is 2. So some people, what they do, they go up and down, and that's 1. Nope, you'll be very tired. Trust me, don't do that, okay? But once again, when you go there, this book will direct you what to do, okay? So yeah, the last part is cutting your hair. So men, shave your hair, don't cut it short, right? You're going there, shave it off. Women, obviously you cut a certain amount. I think it's up to the like here, one fingertip. So yeah, you can go back to the hotel and do that. So I must say one thing: the du'as that you have in here, they're not special du'as for Umrah. Okay, these are du'as that you would do anyway. So when you enter the masjid, there's a certain du'a. The Masjid al-Haram, is like any other masjid, right? You do the same thing. There's no difference. Okay? So you turn over, du'a for leaving home. So for example, you're going out the door, you say that, right? Normally you would say that anyway. So if you don't know it, start memorizing it. You can say it before you go to work or before you go to school, before you go shopping. It's really good dua, right? So the next one is dua for traveling. Okay, so let's say in the case of Umrah, you've left the house, you're traveling in the car to go to the airport. Say that, and also when you're going on the plane, and when you do it every day, right? So say it when you're going on the bus, no problem. Intention for Umrah. So this is obviously specific for Umrah. So when we went in February, that was my first Umrah, and we landed. We went by Egypt Air, and we landed in Cairo in the capital. So there was a place to wear the ihram, and you can do your intention for Umrah, which is like literally just before the Miqat point, right? So that you do your intention for Umrah. That's the dua for that. Obviously, you don't need to memorize it. It's written here, so you can just read it from the book, right? Allah. Excuse me. So as soon as you wear your ihram, you made your intention, Miqat point, you start saying the talbiyah. So I would advise, this is the part, it's so easy to memorize. My tip for you, if you don't know it already, you go onto YouTube, right? You just type in Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik, right? And it says like 100 times repeat. Just have it on repeat and just practice with it, right? Say along with it. Honestly, right? The more you say it, it just stays in your head, and you just automatically know it, right? So just practice that. It'll be handy. Okay, and you got the book as well, but I would say practice it is good if you have it off by heart. So etiquette of the masjid. Again, these things you won't have to read while you're doing Umrah. This is now. You're going to read it now when you get the book. And obviously it gives you something to read whilst you're on the plane and whatnot, yeah? So doing wudu, obviously we know we have to do wudu, right? So there's some people that don't know this. Every time you go into a masjid, right? Every time you do, you have your wudu or do wudu, and then you must pray the 2 rakats, right? So this is something that we should do. A lot of people, they go in and they sit down straight away. You shouldn't do that, okay? So there's a hadith here that says, when one of you enters the masjid, he does not sit down until he has prayed 2 rakats. So make sure you do that, okay? Intention to wait for salah, okay? So you wait for the salah to start. Excuse me. Entering the masjid. So once again, this is something that we need to do when we enter any masjid we're going to. So there we go. That's the dua for entering the masjid. It tells you what to repeat after the adhan. Okay. So I'm just kind of skipping through all this. Dua after the adhan. So many of you will notice when you watch on TV in Ramadan time, Maghrib time, when the adhan's gone off and the brother's reading that out. So that's the one, right? So memorize that one, inshallah. First sight of the Kaaba, as soon as you see the Kaaba, what to say. Again, it's written there, you can say it. So it tells the significance, it gives you the information about what to do when you see the Kaaba. Again, I'm not going to describe to you what it feels like. You're going to have to go there and witness it yourself, inshallah. Intention to perform tawaf. So you can read this before you do. Tawaf, remember, is going around the 7 times, right? So, oh Allah, intend to perform tawaf at the sacred masjid, right? To be honest, you know what? I've asked this question, and many knowledgeable brothers have told me that you can do it in English as well. So if Arabic is difficult for you to read, do it in English, no problem. Okay, or do it in your own language if you know it. Recite during tawaf. Now, this is one of the things, you don't need to memorize any significant dua for tawaf. Like many people go there with different duas. So you might have duas that you've written down for yourself. So you can do that, okay? So let's skip through this one. There's another one. So these are du'as like written out in case you need it, okay? But again, once you can do any du'a. There is one particular du'a. So there's a Yemeni corner and the black stone. So imagine this is the Kaaba, right? This square here. Let me show you on this pad, right? It's not square, but... So imagine this is the black stone and this is the Yemeni corner over here. Can you see that? Okay. So between those two, as you're going round. Let me do it on this one here, right? So imagine there's 2 corners. Imagine you're going round, right? So before you reach the black stone, this is the dua you're going to read. This you probably know off by heart anyway. For those of you who don't, there's the book, right? Rabbana Atina one, right? So you read that every time you're in between those 2 corners. All right. Dua at Maqam Ibrahim. Remember the gold platform I was talking about? So you read that when you get to Dua Maqam Ibrahim before you read your 2 rakats. And then dua after drinking Zamzam. There's one there. SubhanAllah. Zamzam is amazing. I love Zamzam. Okay. So it tells you the significance of Sa'i. Sa'i the Safa Marwa tells you why, what it is. And then intention for Sa'i. So when you get to Safa Marwa, right, it's all signposted. You can't go wrong. You're not going to get lost. You're going to see everybody after they, imagine that's the Kaaba there. They go to drink their Zamzam water, and then literally just over towards the right, the Safa Marwa starts. You'll see like start of Safa. Okay. So there's a dua you read there. It's in English. I don't know this off by heart, so I literally booked the book out and I read it. Alhamdulillah. So the next part is approaching Safa. So this was the intention, and this is approaching. So as you're going up to it, the start, you just read this. Okay. I'm just kind of skipping through this. I don't want to bog you down by reading all this. You'll notice all these du'as when you get the book, inshallah. So dua Safa Marwa. So at each point, right? So I must specify one thing, right? So imagine this is one lane and this is coming down. You'll see everybody walking one direction, walking back. Now, there's 2 things. When you have to do it 7 times, right? But going up and down is not counted as 1. So when you go from the start, Safa, Marwa, that's counted as 1 trip. Okay? When you come back, that's counted as the 2nd trip. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little trick my friend told me. I wouldn't say it's a trick, it's more of a tip. Now, where I needed to cut our hair, where we need to cut our hair, we came back on ourselves. So we went to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We did an extra 1 only because otherwise we'll have to go around the whole masjid, right? Which is probably like another 45-minute to hour journey walking to come back where you started. So if you want, you can do that extra thing, but it doesn't count as another lap. Just extra reward for you for doing the hardship, inshallah. So where was I? Yeah, Safa Marwa. At each point you'd make this dua. Okay, it's written in English, right? Let's go to the next page. Dua Safa Marwa. Okay, it tells you what to do. So remember, every time you make the dua, right, face the Kaaba. Okay, face the Kaaba. I think at Safa you'll notice everybody facing that direction. You will see a little cutaway. Now, unfortunately, there's a lot of pillars in the masjid, right? But you can see cuts of the Kaaba, right? You can see like a glance of it, right? So just face the Kaaba. You'll see everybody facing that direction. Try to stand at a place where relatively you're like not pushing somebody over and whatnot, yeah? There's loads of place to stand. Just stand in a place where you are able to make a sincere dua and not get distracted. But yeah, if you stand at Marwa, they usually put the security push you on because that place is like a little bend. It gets very crowded. Okay, I know in this video I wasn't going to kind of explain the kind of bits and pieces of Umrah, but it's important that I explain to you here. And again, I'm not an expert on Umrah, by the way. I'm just explaining to you how I went as an experience on my journey, but I did I kind of remember all of it. So inshallah, I am going again this year with my family, so make dua for me. So yeah, this is the dua at Safa Marwa. Remembrance of Allah, so you can do different duas. Okay, la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah. Okay, so this is a dua for leaving the masjid, right? So something that we do on a daily basis. Durud Ibrahim, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad, that one. Okay, so then we get to Medina. So some of you may be going to Medina first and then going to Mecca. First time I went to Mecca first and then Medina afterwards. It's just generally the way, I don't know, it's just everyone has different ways of doing it. But I like doing the work first and relax. Relax meaning Medina's beautiful. It's just super beautiful, right? Very chilled out and beautiful. I can't explain to you how, but you have to go and check it out. So, tells you the virtues of Medina. visiting the Rauda. Now, I'm gonna explain something to you guys, right? So the Rauda is a bit inside the masjid, right? It's supposed to be, well, it is actually a piece of Jannah, right? It's a garden, a piece. It's like a little piece. Look it up on the internet. It's basically you have to book it. You can't just walk into that particular spot. You can go into the masjid anytime, okay? Anytime you can go into the masjid, but that particular zone, you have to book it because it'll get really crowded. There's an app called Nusuk, right? Nusuk. I'll put the link down below. Now, what you do is the slots come out on a Friday, okay? So try to book it like I think it's a week in advance. If you miss the slots, then you won't be able to get in. And if you book the slot, this happened to me, book the slot and you miss the time, you will not be able to go back into the Rauda for another year. Okay, they did lift the restriction in the middle so that people can go in as many times as want, but because it gets really busy. So look up on the internet about the Rauda, right? I'm sure there's YouTube videos, Rauda, what is it? And it'll tell you, right? It's this place where it's between two parts where that strip of heaven is, subhanAllah. But yeah, basically visiting the Rauda tells you about it. Conveying salam to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when you go to offer your salam, basically it's Arabic. Conveying the salam. So this is in English, okay? So Arabic and English over here. Allahumma assalamu alayka Rasulullah. So you'll see all the other Sahabas there next to him as well. Salam on behalf of others. You can do that as well, inshallah. Greeting Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, may Allah be pleased with him. So this is a dua that you read. And you can't go wrong, right? You can't get lost. Literally, you'll be pushed by people, right? If it gets really busy, there's only one direction to go through. Okay. Greeting Umar ibn Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him. Masjid Quba. So Masjid Quba is basically situated in the southern outskirts of Medina. It's very nearby, right? I'm talking like maybe a 20-minute walk. It's a beautiful walk. We went by taxi because we had a ziyarah booked. But honestly, if you want to walk from Masjid Nabawi to Masjid Quba, do that. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And it tells you here the historical significance, right? These du'as you can read anytime. Dua for forgiveness. And here we go. It has a dua for forgiveness. And once again, guys, you can read any dua that you want. Any dua that you want, right? A lot of people, a lot of people worry. I don't know the du'as. And this was one of the things I was worried about. Like, I don't know anything memorized. I know certain du'as here and there, but is there certain du'as I need to read? No, you don't. And you can say it in your own language as well. This part here, if you got, for example, if you're going with a group or tour operator, you can put the name, address of the hotel, tour operator, contact details. It's good to put this on, for example, someone who may be a bit elderly. It'll be a good thing for them to refer to if they get lost. Right, guys, so what more can I say? There is a Hajj guide, which I've actually done a video on my other on my channel, on my other video, so do check that out. But honestly, guys, you have to get this. This, I think, is $11.99, but I'm telling you, this book, and this is going to go again with me, and I've ordered another 4 more for my family as well. So everyone's going to have one each, and once again, you can order different strap colors, white and black, and it looks amazing. Good, very good quality. So once again, guys, this is not a advert for the Muslim Journal Company. This is honestly, this I don't know why I haven't seen this earlier. You know, like I said, I've seen many other books like this. Not saying they're bad, but this has been the most convenient and easy to read. For those of you that are going Umrah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your Umrah, accept all your du'as. And if you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, you know, well, I want to go Umrah, I want to go Umrah. Let me give you one tip. One tip. There are friends of mine that have told me that I'm not ready for Umrah, I'm not religious enough, I'll go next year, I'm saving up, etc., 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 right? These are all excuses. I'm telling you guys, I'm not saying it because I've been to Umrah. I'm saying it because, you know, when you want to do something, right? Intention. Put your intention. It's like whatever you're doing in your life, right? Make the intention like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to commit to this and just do it. Trust me. So if you haven't made any plans, do me a favor, right? this is gonna work, right? Get a small pot or a bowl or like something to save money in, right? Like a maybe a little, I don't know what you call it, like savings pot, right? And today, wherever you are in the world, right, whether it's £1, 1 Riyal, well, if you're in Riyal, you're going to be Saudi Arabia, but a lot of people, believe it or not, Saudi Arabia, they haven't been Umrah. $1, one teha, one rupee, one, I don't know, I'm running out of currencies here, subhanAllah. Put that into the pot. And every day, you put that one, let's talk about pounds, right? You put that £1 into the pot. We put that £1 into the pot, yeah? It's like when we're saving up for anything in life, right? You're buying a car, you're buying a house, you're buying that favorite bike, right? You're gonna save up. You make a commitment like every single day, I'm gonna put £2, £1, and before you know it, you get it saved up. That intention will just grow, right? It hastens your intention, right? It makes it like a commitment. So do that, please, my brothers and sisters, right? Don't wait for it because once you go, trust me, you'll be like, man, I throw so much money away on takeaway food and clothes that I maybe don't need, you know. This is a journey of a lifetime. So without making this video too long, please, 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 my dear brothers and sisters, if you haven't planned on going, put that £1, put that one whatever dollar or one penny, whatever it is, do £1, it's better. Put that into a pot. Okay? And let me know in your comments, in my comments down below, how you're getting on. Maybe put a comment in 6 months' time. Let us know how you're getting on. If you're going for Umrah, give us a shout here. But yeah, once again, it's a life-changing experience. Do go. And if you are going, once again, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all your du'as that you go there and, inspire people to go. Honestly, when you go, talk about it to your friends and family when you come back. Tell them the beauty and the significance of what you felt like when I was going Umrah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.